You ever wonder why, even though you've been thinking positive and you've done all the positive thinking, all the affirmations, the vision board. I mean, you may have even read tons of books, watched tons of videos, but you still find yourself stuck in like this loop where you're still not actually getting the thing that you want, to the point where you're just like in this vicious cycle of like constantly trying to like think positive or do more affirmations or more visualizing even, and still not quite grasping that reality that you want to be in. This is something I want to talk about, like in this video, because uh, thoughts are electric, and feelings are magnetic, and when they combine, they create this vibration, this resonance that you have. And when they're not aligned, you're not even manifesting. You're repelling. So, welcome to the Self-Image Alchemist. I am the Self-Image Alchemist. I'm Luther, and in this video, I want to talk about exactly that, exactly the thing that most, or you just don't hear it too often, about why, the core reasons why your manifestation techniques might not be working, why you might not be actually stepping into the reality that you want to be in. And a lot of the times it's because we're told to always just think positive, and um, that's really just bypassing our core vibration. Basically, it's just ignoring that and thinking that we're just going to think positive and we're going to attract that thing, when it's actually a combination of our thinking and the way that we're feeling, or the feelings that we attach to the things that we desire. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So, like I said, energy is electric and feelings are magnetic. So, and you basically, when they both combine together, that's when real manifestation happens. So let's talk about the core concept here. So basically what I'm saying is this: your thoughts, think of your thoughts like energetic, like direction that you want to go in, and think of your feelings as being like this electric charge, this pull that pulls the thing in. And when they combine, they create this vibration, your resonance. That's like who you are. People can feel that when you walk into a room. You can feel that when you walk into a room or around other people that have a certain resonance to them. You have a certain resonance to them. Uh, think of it like this. Think of frequency like a radio signal. That's perfect example, right? Say where you are. Say you're on station 88.3, right? The life that you want to live, your desires, they're all on station 102.7. Right? So you'll never, basically, to get there, you have to like tune into that frequency, meaning your thoughts and your feelings have to align to get on that radio station. And if they're not aligned, if you're faking the positivity, if you're saying the affirmations, but the positivity this really isn't there about it, and it's all faked, you're never going to hear the music on 102.7. You know what I mean? It's more than the work. The real work is more than just visualizing or saying the affirmations. It's becoming the person who lives on that frequency, and not just trying to like change something temporarily. It's becoming that person. You're not trying to change something. You're or change or adjust something in your life. You're becoming something completely new. So it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter where you are, because none of that shit is going to be there. You're going to be in an entirely different reality. So, you know what I mean? So, like, and again, forced positivity, it's only going to hold you back, because the universe, you can't fake who you are to the universe. You know what I mean? Like, energetic integrity matters, right? That shit matters. That means something. Like, you can't fake that. You need to lead with that. If you can lead with this sort of energetic integrity, or honoring how you truly feel about something despite what you want, the universe, you give the universe something real to respond to, because it's not going to it'll respond to whatever you put out there. Because right now, if you put out, let's say, these positive thoughts, Um, but the way you're feeling about them is fear. You put, like, for example, like, say the positive thought is abundance, right? But the feeling associated with that is feels more like deep scarcity. What's going to happen is the signal you will put out is going to be like abundance and fear. That doesn't, so you might manifest a situation that you might not want to be in, revolving around abundance, and your fear of abundance or scarcity, for example, is what you're actually manifest, and that's what the universe has to respond to, because those are the energetic signatures that you're like putting out there. The signal is good, the way you feel about it is not, and that's usually what trips everyone up. That's what tripped me up. Sometimes it still trips me up. Like, I have to take a step back and think, like, okay, how do I really feel about this? You know what I mean? Before you start, creating all these affirmations. Yeah, you just can't, don't pretend that you're okay, right? Just go through the trouble, do the deep work to heal, transmute, to process. That's real alchemy. Right? And that's why I kind of like do the things that I do right here. That's real alchemy. All right. So how to check if you are in alignment with the thing you want? I give you a couple pointers that might help you going down this process. So getting back into alignment, or before you even start putting out that signal, like, check in with how you actually feel about affirmations before you start like really saying it. Right? Because you don't want to put out the wrong signals. Don't just say them when you're feeling like in a shitty mood, like, oh, I don't, I'm abundant, but you feel broke. You know what I mean? And there's no way around that. If you are, you are. You just gotta really adjust the affirmation if that's the case. It's something that's believable to you, not necessarily believable to you. That's the wrong word. Something that feels good to you. You know what I mean? If it's not I'm abundant, but like my abundance is increasing. Maybe a bit of a softer term to use as an example. So yeah, definitely check in with how you feel before you start, blurting out all these affirmations. Let your emotions inform you on your alignment, and don't let it override you, though. Right? Let your emotions make you not do affirmations. Don't let your emotions like take over your thoughts. Right? Don't let your emotions lead your thoughts, basically. And remember, you do have 100% control over your emotions. You're not at the mercy of what reality throws at you, and then you feel like you have to respond a certain way. That's not. It's a key difference between forced positivity and taking a second to respond to something in an optimistic way. That's a huge difference right there. So, and another thing, when those uncomfortable feelings do come up, like, don't skip it, right? Don't bypass it. Don't skip the discomfort. Alchemize it, right? Change that, transmute that. Transmutation is the key, basically, right? It's the healing process of manifestation that no one really likes to talk about. They may word it differently. There's a bunch of law of attraction cliches out there, like you hear it all the time. The blockages you may have. Hell, you might even hear me use some of those terms, right? Blockages and all that stuff. Basically, all that is you going through a healing process, and people don't. I notice a lot of creators don't use the healing word when they're talking about manifestation. It's about do your affirmations, belief. They talk more about beliefs and the concept of identities, and all that stuff is important, but they skip the healing part. You know what I mean? You can have everything in order, but if you're not healed, then you're not going to feel the right thing to connect to all those beautiful, amazing thoughts and desires that you have. The feeling is going to be the thing holding you back. And how do you do that? You alchemize it. You transmute that. You process it. You deal with that. You can't bypass that, man. Like, it's not, I don't know. You just can't do it. Yeah, so I'm gonna end it here, but if this landed, and I definitely got more for you. I have this self-image alchemy like archetype quiz. It's a little quiz I put together. It's like 5 different archetypes I have that basically let you know where you are, the best way for you, depending on your type, depending on your archetype, the best way for you to manifest, what your aligned self looks like, and how to shift into that, basically is what this quiz is going to do. It's a very short quiz. It's only, I believe it's like 8 questions, 5 different archetypes. Anyway, if you want that, I'll post a link in the description, and where you can join like this wait list for beta that I have, because I'm creating a program that helps you do all of this stuff and way, way, way more. So yeah, definitely join the wait list for that. I don't have anything together yet, but I do have that free quiz. So if you want that, you can join the wait list and I'll send the quiz to you, or you can just hit the link for the quiz directly, and that automatically puts you on the wait list too. So it's like 2 birds with 1 stone. You know, definitely only if this landed for you, or if this works, or if you're interested in discovering like your unique manifestation archetype, and a lot of other stuff that I would be sending to you via email if you're interested in that. More than just these videos. I'm more active in other spaces than I am on YouTube, unfortunately, for now anyway. A lot of creation going on. So yeah, man, it's all about energetic alignment and sustainable transmutation, right? To really move into the reality and stay in that reality, to be that person that is that you deserve to be. So I definitely, just to recap before I let you guys go, a bunch of key points here. Thoughts are electric, right? They set the direction that you want to go in. Feelings, they are magnetic. They fuel that signal, right? They fuel that signal. They charge it to allow it to attract things in and come back to you, right? Your vibration, that's basically what you are. That's your broadcast signal. That's the combination of both your thoughts and true feelings, not your fake positivity, your true feelings. That's your vibration. That's your frequency. That's where you resonate at, right? That's your radio station, right? Think of it that way. Because you don't attract what you are, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. I know you've heard that a gazillion times, right? It's true though, it's very true. And hopefully this video helps you to understand how true that is and why that's true, right? Force positivity, just think positive all the time about things that make you feel shitty. Like, no, don't do that. Like, deal with it. If you have to do that depending on your situation, like if you're at work and you have to like kind of stay positive, that's different. But when you get home, process that. Don't just let that go, all right? Because forced positivity only creates more resistance, more blockages, more repelling, all right? Real manifestation requires energetic alignment. And authentic emotion is more magnetic than fake optimism. All right, I'm gonna say that again. Authentic emotion is more magnetic than fake optimism. All right, that's important. It's important to go through those feelings. It's important to process and transmute those things and to alchemize it. It really is. Those blockages, they're not gonna go anywhere. They need to be changed. And it may even be as easy. I even had beliefs that was so old. Once I was aware of that belief, they just faded because they made absolutely no sense. As an adult, I can literally think my way through it, and that's a form of healing, albeit a very easy way to like do it, and it was a very easy belief to get rid of. But it wasn't that, you know what I mean? It doesn't always have to be this deep, long process of healing. Sometimes it can be like that. Sometimes that's necessary. But a lot of the times it's something small. It's like a small blockages, right? And I love to help you find that out. I love seeing the look on people's faces when they realize that the thing that's been holding them back is this one little tiny insignificant little belief that is just irrelevant now. So and they're like mind blown. What's another key way? Transmutation over suppression is what I was basically just talking about, and not suppressing like how you actually feel, because again, your feelings are magnetic. That's the other half of the equation. It's important, right? Manifestation is the result of identity level frequency, basically, right? It's who you are, and basically all that means is who you are at the core of yourself is your frequency, right? That's what you're putting out. That's your vibration. Manifestation is the alignment of that. Yeah, it's basically the alignment of that. You know what I mean? So it's all about being in alignment, folks. But anyway, if this video helped, you liked it, like, subscribe for more, and stay tuned.